morning and welcome to a new vlog. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm currently in Washington DC because I've been sent here on a sponsored promotional trip with the US government. What the hell?
Hello, hi, sorry. I'm just going to jump in here and quickly explain a little bit more about this frankly ridiculous situation. This whole trip was organised by the US Embassy in the UK. They were looking for some content creators who could go out to America and explore American values, particularly through the lens of popular TV shows. I like watching TV. I also like travelling and calling it work, so I thought this would be a good match for me. We're not obligated to post anything at all, and everything that I do post is completely off my own back with all of my own opinions and all of my own experiences, some of them positive, some of them negative, as you will see, but the embassy have no say over anything that I do from here on out.
We're going around 4 different states, so I'm going to do a vlog for each state because they're going to be so different. So this is the Washington vlog. I'm so excited. We've just arrived, well, we arrived last night, but it's Memorial Day weekend, which is basically the federal holiday in the United States for remembering and honouring people who have died while serving in the United States Armed Forces. So that's happening. So there's 9 of us out here. I'd never met any of these people before, but they're all lovely. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say for now, but I just can't believe that I'm here. Who let me come?
Washington DC is obviously the political capital of the US, as well as the actual capital. Obviously there's a lot of political dramas, political kind of TV shows and films that are all set here, as well as Spider-Man. But we were looking particularly through the lens of the West Wing, which I'd actually never seen, but that's fine. So on our first day in DC, we set off on the Metro, which is basically a cleaner version of London's tube system, in search of some Memorial Day celebrations so we could learn more about that national holiday.
We are on our way to something called the Rolling Thunder. I couldn't actually tell you what it is, but it's something to do with motorbikes and also something to do with Memorial Day.
Vroom vroom.
Any ideas?
Bikes.
We later found out that the Rolling Thunder is actually a protest against the lack of support that veterans get from the US government. But that image of a road, an entire road, being cordoned off so that people could ride down it on motorbikes with huge American flags trailing behind them, with people lining both sides of the street, most of which were wearing some sort of American flag emblazoned t-shirt or carrying a flag or a banner, or it was just one of the most aggressively American things I'd ever seen, or so I thought. But then we went to this concert. Turns out I'd spoken too soon. We basically went to a Memorial Day concert at the Kennedy Center, which consisted of 2 hours of an orchestra and a choir singing songs about America and playing songs about America, which was, do we even have that many songs about England? Regardless, I love a good orchestra, so I had a bit of a nerdy good time.
And here is the Trump International Hotel, so... Okay, we're on outfit number 2 of the day. Heath and I are just out doing photos and then we're gonna go for dinner. Really excited. I don't know where we're going for dinner.
We've not made up our mind yet. I thought we'd walk and explore.
Yeah,
and anything we like agree on, we just go with.
Yeah, and then we've heard that there's a board game bar.
Yeah, we did.
All about that.
And I hope there's Monopoly. Once there's Monopoly.
Oh, we'll be there for hours.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, we think we've decided on this place to eat. Apparently it is Mediterranean.
Yeah, it looks nice. Fried calamari. Yeah, I'm happy. Happy and content if you guys are.
Yeah, I'm chill. Whatever. It's been a really good day. I've had a really good first full day, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I'm just kind of shocked at how lovely everybody is, to be honest. I don't really know why I expected to not get on with them all this well. But yeah, we just had a very nice dinner. I'm just taking my makeup off. But also today has got me thinking a lot about patriotism. I think because of all of the, like, obviously the Memorial Day stuff that we were doing today. And I don't know, patriotism is something that I struggle with because I think so often it can be so destructive. I'm definitely not somebody who feels remotely patriotic towards the UK and England. I personally don't really understand the whole like proud to be British thing, because I'm like, you are just lucky not necessarily lucky as in it's the best place in the world, but like, you were just born there, you didn't do anything, you know? I fully appreciate the bravery and the sacrifice of those soldiers, but I think that it's very much romanticised when I think it has no place being, so I struggled with that a little bit. It's something that I kind of have like a lot of thoughts about. It's not really what I talk about on my channel, is it? But yeah, my little brain, it's just whirring. I'm going to bed. We're out doing vlog photos again. It's the next day now. Yeah, basically all of our photos so far, I mean Instagram photos, not vlog photos, obviously. Yeah. All of our photos so far have been on this one street. Yeah. We need to go somewhere else. Like, there are so many lovely monuments and like such beautiful things that we're like, let's go take some pictures outside a lawyer's office.
Oh yeah, the thing is, if we do something illegal and we get caught, it's really going to be quite sad because they'll kick us right back to London.
Where are we going, guys?
We're going for coffee. Coffee? Starbucks?
Yeah, okay. Starbucks. I can't drink coffee, but Starbucks America stuff is always good to say.
I hope so.
That's where we're going.
Is it larger than back home? Like
yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, so we're in Starbucks and I've full on just ordered like the pinkest drink that I could see because I'm wearing a pink top and actual Instagram trash. What have you just done for the owner?
I just want to say hello. Hi everyone.
On our way to Arlington National Cemetery for some more Memorial Day traditions, we had some hard-hitting conversations with our wonderful tour guide Phoebe about the differences between British and American culture.
Nando's or Nando's?
I call it Nando's. What do you guys call it?
Nando's.
Nando's as well.
Okay.
But I thought Americans would be like Nando's.
Arlington National Cemetery was the resting place of almost 500,000 veterans and their families. And to be completely honest with you, I found it very upsetting.
So what's going on?
So we've just been given these flowers and we're going to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Yeah.
We have to put these on the tomb with like a moment of silence.
Kind of over the whole of Memorial Day weekend, there was a lot of talk about it being the ultimate honour to die for your country, and that is a concept that I find very difficult. The way that I see it, and obviously this is entirely my own opinion, but in situations revolving around war, there are too many innocent and civilian deaths for me to be able to see it as anything other than a tragedy. It's something that I struggle within our own Memorial Day services. Obviously we don't have Memorial Day but Remembrance Sunday, and it was something that was very prevalent to me, especially when we were walking through that cemetery. And personally I find this attitude of pride over America or over any nation for nation's sake to be a very hard pill to swallow. At the end of the day, I think that people are people no matter where they're born or where they're from, but I think that we should be remembering and celebrating individuals and causes rather than glorifying the horrific acts of war, if that makes any sense. I have the utmost respect for the US veterans, the UK veterans, and veterans from all around the world, and the bravery that that must take to go and fight for a cause. I just think that often that cause gets lost in amongst all the violence. Anyway, this got very heavy. Let's move on.
We are going to the Eternal Flame.
So that is where President John F. Kennedy is buried along with his wife.
I'm a big JFK like fan.
Yeah.
Quite crazy. Like, so,
We're in the National Portrait Gallery now. We're going to go and find the Obamas. Have you got any interest? Tell us something about the Obamas.
They're really cool and they're not here anymore, which is very sad.
They're alive?
They're still alive, but they're not in the White House anymore. You didn't know that. Where have you been? And also buy Michelle Obama's book, it's really good.
We're trying to train Cleona to be an Instagrammer.
IG 101.
Yeah, what have you learned so far?
Ah, you're such a good picture taker.
Photographer is the term.
So this is a book about feminist babies.
So before she owned the widow with her racket, Billie Jean King was a baby. Before they led the movement, Gloria Steinem and Dorothy Pippin Hughes were babies.
Oh my god, look at so
Oh, brilliant. I like that one.
Frida Kahlo, yeah. Oh, nice angle. So we're now going out for photos in DC. And we were talking about outfits, and I'd kind of decided on an outfit, and then I realised, and I said to one of the girls that I was with, that I didn't feel like the outfit went very well with DC. So I had to stop and have a serious chat with myself about my life decisions. But that being said, I found an outfit that goes better with DC now, so we're all good. Okay, we're out. Here is the, what is it?
The Lincoln Memorial.
The Lincoln Memorial. I'm really sorry about how many times you've had to say that in like the last 10 minutes.
I should be a tour guide in
You
DC.
should!
I should have a career change.
So we're just at the Lincoln Memorial right now. We're going to do some photos and we're going to go out for dinner. I think we've booked a table somewhere, but I don't know where or how to get there, so that'll be interesting.
A lot of the DC locals that we'd spoken to had told us that we had to check out the monuments at night, and they were beautiful until Cleona ruined the peaceful vibe by trying to ride off on a scooter she hadn't paid for.
Is it shouting at you because you haven't paid for it? We're in Vapiano, where I've never been here before. What do you have to say? You can't just come in and not say anything.
That's a good point.
So this is like a pasta bar situation. Apparently they have them in London, but I've never heard of them.
When I was just
got her a salad and knocking all over the floor. What did you do?
Why is everyone taking pictures of me dropping it? It was gravity.
This is a mess.
The next morning we went to a few meetings about social justice and social media and the relationship between the two, and that left me feeling a lot better after the bitter taste that had been left in my mouth from the day before. We went to visit an incredible initiative called Hip Hop Caucus, who aim to empower communities who are impacted first and worst by injustice through the medium of hip hop. I would strongly urge you to check out their work because it is really incredible.
I was in the military, so I was a former Air Force officer. So for me, my standpoint is one in which if the situation came up where I had to die for my country, I wasn't going to die for anybody who was going to be Democrat or Republican or black or white or straight or gay or theist, atheist. I was going to die to help my country be better. I would hope that my life would be given so that one of my children and then my country could be better.
And that was one of my favourite meetings in DC because of the passion and drive that they have for community and for social change. Yeah, and I just left there feeling a lot lighter than I had previously, which is interesting because I think when the itinerary was put together, that probably wasn't the intended way round of the two. Am I rambling? Yes. But according to my footage, I was still dealing with matters of life and death when I got back to the hotel.
Right, basically I've got a vendetta against these lift buttons because they don't actually mean up and down. This one means this left and this one means this left. And actually in terms of like left and right and up and down, that doesn't make any sense anyway. And the whole thing just confuses me. We're in Chopped eating some salad because we really want to go hard at the Cheesecake Factory later, so we're trying to behave. What's your review?
Yeah.
It's good actually.
Mine is fried chicken, so it's definitely not healthy, but
Cleona, it's a salad. A salad is a salad. This jacket makes me feel like I mean business. It also makes me feel like a fraud because I'm a child running around and I somehow got here by accident.
So that evening we rallied the troops and we went on a group trip to...
right, we're all shouting Cheesecake Factory, everybody stand back.
3, 2, 1.
Cheesecake Factory!
Not everyone!
That was so
1, 2, 3, Cheesecake Factory!
Ugh, useless.
That's cute.
Jason was showing off on the metro, trying to undo all the cheesecake that we were about to eat, but we made it! Bright and early the next morning, we all piled onto a coach where I tried to document the wonderful sights of DC before being met with a tirade of abuse, so never mind.
It's going to be similar to St.
Filming the windows cast. Good. No, it isn't.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Do a pike, do a pike. Do like a moody, look like the window pose.
Sorry.
Put your head against the window and like moodily look out. And then I do that whenever I'm on a train.
And that was it for DC. So on to state 2 of 4, Indiana. Thanks so much for watching this vlog. I really hope that you enjoyed it. As somebody who isn't that connected to American politics, I didn't know how I was going to feel about DC, but I loved it, and I really hope that I get the opportunity to go back there and visit again sometime soon. Make sure that you subscribe to see the other 3 states that we visited. I'm so excited to share these videos. I literally had the time of my life, and I think that I only enjoyed it more as it goes on, so you'll be able to see that. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been to DC and what your favourite things to do were, and I will see you in a few days.